When those religions out there, with all love and respect, they talk about laws, I'll ask them, are you fulfilling that law? Of course not. You're falling very short of that law. So don't tell me you have to do this where you are failing as a leader. Your prophet failed those laws. Your own prophet failed them.
Who?
Muhammad.
After heresy came the fourth horse, pale horse, Islam. Go Ahmed. This horse is imitating the green color, but it's a fake one, it's pale. You with me? Oh, Habibi. This is not me saying, this is Islam saying, not me. And by the way, with all my love and respect to the Muslim people, I don't have a problem with the Muslim people, but I've got a question mark with the faith of the Islamic world. Now, the fourth seal, a pale green pale. You look at Saudi Arabia's flag, it's green. And what's on it? Two swords. The one who was sitting on this pale horse was death.
Muslims are intolerant. I can walk through London with a t-shirt saying Jesus is gay and nothing will happen to me. If I did the same thing with the Islamic prophet, I'd be dead before I got to the end of the street.
Boom.
That's how much they believe and respect. And I respect people who stick up for what they believe in.
Yeah.
It's not even about me believing in it. I respect them because they believe and they will defend. Muslims are the only people who will defend their religion. They will defend their beliefs. They refuse to be mocked. They refuse to be insulted. And I respect that about them. I respect that. That's an amazing thing about them.
Sydney is reeling this morning after an Orthodox bishop was attacked with a knife during a church service last night in what police have declared a terrorist act.
No warning, no rush until the final few steps. The 16-year-old with a knife aimed for the face of the 53-year-old bishop. The sermon was live-streamed, a quiet Monday night event, becoming a shocking act of religious extremism against Assyrian Christians.
Islamic extremism is a Muslim problem. And the thing that's most worrying is every time something like this happens, the first thing Muslims do is jump to defend their faith. Instead of standing up and saying, you know what, this is absolutely disgusting. We need to make sure this never happens again. We need to work closely with the police and anti-terror forces. No, the first thing they do is say, not all Muslims are terrorists. Don't insult Islam. Poor Islam. Oh, don't be mean to Islam. How about instead of defending your idea, which I obviously don't agree with, I think it's complete bullshit anyway. How about instead of trying to defend your idea, you defend the people who've just lost family members?
Islam is a religion that encourages individuals to say what they think, even if it is about Muhammad or Islam. Muhammad made sure that those who criticized him or his religion were given the ultimate reward, a permanent vacation from life, that is. These two girls who used to sing satirical songs about Muhammad were fortunate enough to be recipients of one-way tickets to their early graves. It is also permissible to kill people on behalf of Muhammad if you hear someone talking badly about him, like the man in this hadith did, after overhearing the mother of his child talking smack about history's biggest First Amendment ambassador. In his book, The Unsheathed Sword Against the One Who Insults the Messenger, one of the most renowned Islamic scholars of all time,
one of the greatest scholars of Islam that Islam has ever seen, and it is someone whom I admire immensely, and that is Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala,
declares that whoever insults the Prophet is to be killed, whether they are a Muslim or disbeliever. Ibn Taymiyyah explains that this is the general view of the scholars and quotes Islamic scholar Ibn al-Mundhir, who states, "The generality of the scholars have consensus that whoever insults him, i.e. Muhammad, is to be killed. The book then goes on to provide justification for this action, using examples from hadith like the one we discussed earlier, as well as peaceful Quran passages like this one.
Surah 9 verse 29. Fight those who believe not in Allah nor the last day.
Yes, and notice, the command is to fight those who simply don't believe, not fight them because they are attacking us.
But don't be fooled. People being killed for criticizing Muhammad or Islam actually has nothing to do with teachings like these or the religion of Islam, despite the fact its most trusted sources are filled with these commands. Taymiyyah also thoughtfully clarifies that it is permissible to spill the blood of anyone who annoys Allah, and that whoever had annoyed Muhammad also annoyed Allah. If you take issue with the fact that Muhammad had sex with a prepubescent 9-year-old girl, married the divorced wife of his own adopted son, beat his wife, or allowed his followers to rape their female captives while their husbands were still alive, feel free to share your view publicly and openly. And always remember, if anything bad happens, it has nothing to do with Islam.
Including the death penalty for not only apostates, but also blasphemers.
Why would you want to insult the Prophet for billions of people? Why would you want to do that?
Well, Andrew, maybe, just maybe, it's because people are sick of violence against women, child marriage, same-sex couples being killed, apostates being killed, and the tens of thousands of Islamic terror attacks like this one that have occurred since 9/11 alone, all because of the teachings of that wife-beating, child-molesting, finger-licking, tongue-sucking, demon-possessed, bewitched, suicidal, semen-covered pervert you call your prophet.
And let me say this to Andrew Tate. If you think that Christians are coward, you are mistaken. Mr. Andrew Tate, I'll pray for you, my dear friend, to come back to the Lord Jesus, because you made a big mistake by denying your Lord. The biggest mistake ever you've made in your life. And I pray the Lord touches your heart and bring you back to the truth, for there is no other truth but Jesus Christ of Nazareth.